Here's my 1965 Dodge Dart 318 4-speed that sat for many, many years. We got it to run after a fair bit of work. Yeah! And we did just enough so we could drive it. And of course, do burnouts. But now I want to take it racing on an 8-mile drag strip with some performance upgrades, including nitrous. Stick around to the end of the video to see if it will survive.
Dixie, I need your help. We gotta get this Dart to run again. It's been sitting here for a few months, ever since I basically got the first video done. We parked it out here, and now it's ready to go back into action. So we've got a few things we gotta work on. One, as you can see, the tires are flat. We've got air. Got a hot battery right there, and we're gonna need some gas. So the main thing is, let's see, is the engine still attached to the car? By George, it is. These little 13-inch snow tires, they can only do so much. As long as we can get it to roll, that's all we need. And that's good enough. Perfect. I hope I have enough air for this one. Come on, baby. You can do it. I believe in you. Oh, there it goes. Just enough to get it up to the shop. That's all we need. Okay, now I gotta get in the trunk, get some gas in the back here. Oh, now you want to latch. Cool. Great. It didn't latch before. That's what that carburetor was doing. Well, let me go get a screwdriver. Now we're cooking. There's my fuel hose. Perfect. And a ratchet strap to hold the tank down. Man, I really looked out for myself, didn't I? All right, gas jug's in place, and we'll take this carburetor. There, we'll keep it for fun, just because who knows why. I can't remember why, but the ignition switch decided to quit working one day, and I'm gonna see if it's got fuel still in it. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of fuel, perfect. So it should crank. I got the key on. Oh, hang on. Wiggle the cable. Okay. Eyes about again. Hold, please. I know this battery's not dead. Whoa. The little trick is if you flip the battery cables over, they'll get tighter because they're tapered. It don't matter if it doesn't work though. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Old battery out, new battery in. Now let's try it. Oh, gosh. Oh, I have no idea what I did to make it run, but it's running now, and I don't have a lot of gas, so we're driving up straight to the lift to where we can work on it, fix some brake issues, fueling issues, and everything it needs to run and drive. Oh, run over something. Nice. We're on the lift. Well, I figured these mufflers right here are probably not going to be doing a whole lot of, flowing. They're chambered of sorts. This one, I don't know why, but it hangs down a little bit lower. And I noticed over here on the transmission cross member, it's actually flattened, so that's not really good. These are probably full of junk. They sound pretty good, but I don't think they're flowing that great. So what I'm actually going to do is I could cut them off. What I could do is cut them here and cut them here, and then the pipe would just be kind of dangling, so I'd have to come up with some other kind of hanger. What I want to do is just cut the bottom of the muffler out and then see if I can just make it flow a little bit better. It sounds a little cooler. It's got a mild cam, so it'll sound a little better. And if it's to the point where it's too obnoxious, I'll put a different muffler on it. But I think that it would help greatly if we just got rid of these altogether. Aha! Is it hack? Of course. Will it sound cool? It's questionable. We'll see. And there you go. A little stupid, I know, but hey, at least we've got some better flow now. They were packed pretty full of junk. So now it should just flow directly out. Theoretically it should. So, got a little bit more power without having to cut and redo all the exhaust here. So these mufflers were pretty restrictive. Well, now of course we have to see how it sounds, because what's cutting the muffler off without seeing how stupid it is? Oh, a little cold. Oh, is that really it for the starter? Well, we're back here at the Dart once more, and the starter is the problem on that other car, so Josh was cool enough to put a mini starter on this thing from a Dakota, so I am stealing it, along with the battery cable, and along with the starter relay. It's all coming with me, so this car ought to run with all this good stuff on it. Nice. Well, there's a reason I like these mini starters, because they fit so much tighter up inside the car compared to the original ones. They're like half the size and they spin twice as fast. I'm glad I noticed this before I went and bought one, that there was already one on that Dart, because that's going to save us a lot of time and effort and money. So this thing goes in so much more simple. I put it on everything for a reason, because look how much less space that takes up. I mean, that old bulky starter, yeah, no more. We have the new starter in, the new relay in. Let's hook it up and see if it works now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, that thing fired up instantly. God, it sounds like a race car. Golly. Woo! Man. Dude, that sounds mean. Get back off the fast idle here. Hot dog. Yeah, she's breathing good now, folks. I promise you, it's a lot meaner sounding than it is. But buddy, did that help a lot. that just made my day. All that right there just made my day. That is absolutely hilarious. Man, this thing sounds wild. That is so cool. One more time. It started so fast I wasn't even like ready for it. Oh yes. It's the little Dart that could. Oh man. That's just so much fun right there. That was well worth the little effort that it took to make it sound like a dang old drag car. Dude, there's something about a cammed V8 with basically straight pipes that just does it. You know what I mean? Whew. So, we've got it to where it starts and at least idles a little bit better. I want to do a few more things to it though, because the cranking issue is solved, but the speed issue is where we're really going to have a lot of trouble. Folks, I hate to be the bearer of bad news,
Unfortunately, winter is approaching. It's getting very cold outside to the point where it's dropping every single day temperature-wise. The days are getting shorter, and it's gonna be so cold in the next few months that these cars in here, they gotta stay protected. And I can't be working out here when I can't feel my fingers. What am I supposed to do? Now, last year about this time, we actually had a couple cars in the shop freeze when we had some negative temperatures. I don't want that to happen again this year. And Northern Tool doesn't want that to happen either. So they sent me something in the mail that is the absolute perfect fix for this winter. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the Mr. Heater Big Max gas powered heater. And let me tell you, it does some miracles. Not only did we shove it over here in the back corner next to the water heater and all my wife's supplies and stuff that she has stored over here, but it's super quiet. Listen to that. You guys won't be able to hear that way over on the other side of the shop where I'm working. But not only that, it's in this back corner and it's heating the entire place. Right now, it's probably in the mid-30s outside. And in here, it's 63 degrees. Go figure. Now, why did I put it on 63 degrees? I don't know, but it works. I'm comfortable. I'm wearing a short sleeve t-shirt. You can't see my breath. My fingers are working. Everything is great. So this heater is magnificent. This morning alone, it was probably 19 degrees, I believe it was. Fire up the heater, within an hour or so, the whole shop is warm and comfortable enough to work in. So thank you, Northern Tool, for sending me out this Big Max heater, because let me tell you, it is fantastic. If you want one of these, go check it out on Northern Tool's website. Link is down in the description below. Let's get back to the video. Well, we couldn't just cut the muffler off and call that performance gains, right? We gotta do a little bit extra here. So what I've done is actually pulled all of the intake bolts out of here. Now, it is a 4-barrel, don't get me wrong, but we need something better than that. So this is where I'm going to start. Pry bar, you were just here. Where did you go? Ah, right here. It's late. I'm going to pop this thing loose. It's broken loose a little bit. Small block intakes, they're not the funnest thing in the world to change out. I went through and vacuumed everything, but there's still some pieces that I see. Oh, come on. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Did I leave a bolt in? No, it's just really in there. Gonna have to get a little creative here. Let me get under here. Oh, that was a noise. I don't know if it was a good noise, but it was a noise. Come on, get past the valve covers. That's what it is, it's stuck past the valve covers. I might have to take it off so we can be nice and gentle. Let's go back and forth. Are you stuck over here? Yeah, I think it is. Man, these valve covers. Could you not, please? All right, cast iron. Come with me. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah. Woo! Just shed 600 pounds. Nice. Oh! Now we can see really what the engine looks on the inside. Now, I was told that this is some kind of comp cam. I think it's an XE262, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I was told. It sounds pretty good. It might be a 268. I really don't know. I'd have to check back again. But that is a pretty stout looking cam right there, and it looks perfect on the inside. That's what's amazing. This engine looks fantastic. To be as crusty as it is on the outside, it looks really good on the inside. I like that. I really do. Now here's our old intake right next to the new intake. Let's talk about what we're doing here. Now this old intake, it worked perfectly fine. As you can see, it was a 4-barrel, but the biggest problem we had is the bolt holes are only for the inside pattern. This is for like the smaller square bore. So look here, see this one has 2 holes in it. We need the outside pattern for something I'm gonna show you here in a second. But it's still gonna be an upgrade overall, because if you take a look at the height difference. See how much taller this intake is compared to the old one? And the runners are so much wider, and they're
a little bit longer, so it's going to help at least for some power. This is basically just a knockoff of an Offenhauser. The main reason I'm using it is I had it. It was sitting on the shelf and it's good for that. But, I mean, the flow at least, it's very direct. Look at there. If you look down in there, you can see directly through there, so it ought to flow a little bit better than our factory cousin here. One problem I did find come up was this. This little pipe plug here has been welded in, so I could not remove this. I plugged this, and we're gonna use a heater hose as the bypass. We will put a thermostat in it, but hey, we just wanna work as cheap as possible. And for a couple dollars worth of fittings, I think we can make that happen. But before we put it back on, we've got to clean off the gasket surfaces. Everything is back together. So what we've done is just bolted the intake on. We've got the carburetor, everything sorted out. Main thing that I really added in is safety features. You can see here, there's that coolant loop I was talking about. We've got a temp gauge, a mechanical one, and then we have an oil pressure gauge running up to the wiper arm because I want to be able to monitor everything that's going on with this thing. So you can see I just zip tied them to the wiper arm so we can really have extra race car points. So Briar is going to crank the car up for us. We're going to see how does it run. Here, the throttle cable's not hooked up so he can't do anything. Try it again. Good oil pressure? Oh yeah, 60 PSI, nice. I put 1040 in it. Cold. Yeah. Oh, I think it's about out of fuel. Maybe. There, yeah, it's running out of fuel. The jug in the back had like fumes in it, but hey, it runs. What do you think? Does it sound a little better?
That sounds awesome.
It's straight up race car now, ain't it?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think this car is going to make it down the track?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's
a good looking motor in there.
very optimistic. I don't know how I feel about
you remember
that.
cracking the valve covers off?
I do. I remember how good they
It was
looked.
clean.
It was very clean on the
think it'll
inside.
make
Okay, well, hey, you know, if Briar says it, it should happen. Now that the thing runs with a new intake, we have some upgrades to do to it, including, what is it, Briar?
What?
What's the upgrade?
Oh, nitrous.
Well, the gas tank is next, and I got to looking at it. Not only is it caved in, rusty, it's also got a hole in it. So somebody drained it at one point, or maybe it rusted a hole through, and right here, that's a little gas tank patch. So this tank, it's seen better days. If I can get that out of there, I was gonna see how bad it is. Yeah, look, I'm pulling the, oh, there's pieces falling off here. Yeah, that's not good. So I think it's fairly empty because it looks like it's been leaking for a long time. So surely there's no gas in here, and the sending unit is not doing any favors. So we're gonna take this out and replace it completely. took the filler neck with me. Didn't mean to do that, but it's okay. There we go, now it's out. Well, it looks like we have double good news. One, the trunk floor looks really solid. It's got a little bit of crunchy spot right there. That doesn't bother me one bit though. The rest of that is perfectly fine. Other good news is our tank looks like it's gonna fit just fine. Here's the old one. You can see it's rather crusty and dusty. But this one right here looks good. It's an exact match. So we will pop this thing back in. We've got a new sending unit. Everything looks like it matches perfectly fine. Ew, nice. Ew, nice. Let's put it in. Well, we've got our rake sorted out. Jacked up as high as we possibly could in the rear, and now it's a race car. No, I'm kidding. Actually, what we did was I took and painted the wheels. So these were the 13s that were on the car earlier in the snow tires that I had that are literally 20 years old. And I just painted those. We're going to clean the tires up. And then I put some dog dish hubcaps on them because they're my favorite. And these are actually 14s that I have had since 13 forevers ago. I've had them sitting around waiting to be put on something, and it just so happens this car is perfect for that because these are small bolt pattern. They're 5 on 4 inch, so like barely anything fits them. You got to have a special set of wheels and tires. This is a 14 by like, I don't even know, it's skinny with a 245/60, and it is way too big of a tire for this wheel, but it works. And the reason I did that was because if you look at these 13s, they're 185/75, I want to say, 180/75, something, yeah, 185/70s. You come back here, these are 245/60s. So look at how much wider of a tire we're going to get. So the main thing we're doing with this, we're going to run like 24, 25 PSI and hope that they hook a little bit better because I don't want to be blowing the tires off of the line with the 4-speed. But that'll look cool. And of course you got to put the white letters out, man. I mean, do you want to look cool or not? But the reason that the rear end is hiked up so high is because we do have it jacked up on the frame rails because the tires would not clear at all. And I'm still kind of worried about them clearing, but luckily we're not going to be taking any high-speed turns. So as long as we can go straight, we should be okay. The gas tank, it's done. You can see it up in there. So we're rocking and rolling. We've got everything we need. One other thing I do want to do is kind of clean up the interior and just make it look a little bit nicer. I'm sorry, what is that? Hello? Who put a nitrous bottle in the back of my car? Oh, it was me. I did it. Yes, we're running nitrous on this little 318 4-speed. And that is going to make it a little bit dangerous. More of like a ticking time bomb. Briar?
Got the lug nuts.
Found some lug nuts for us. What's your verdict?
I don't like left-handed thread.
Nobody does. I mean, that's why Chrysler got rid of it a long time ago.
But I'm glad they did.
Yeah, you and me both. Briar's been hunting lug nuts because this one's only got 2 on it, so he's having to hunt around to go get some. But we're about to get this car on the ground, I hope. It's only like, what, 4 a.m.? Not really, it's like 9 o'clock, but it feels like 4 a.m. And I've got the line running up through the firewall, up to the carburetor, and it splits off to either side with our fuel solenoid and our nitrous solenoid. So it's relatively simple to install. So thank you, Holley, for sending us a nitrous oxide system. And I couldn't help myself but use this intake because it's just so cool. I mean, the dual snorkel air cleaner is just the epitome of awesome. And it says 440 on it, so I just went ahead and flipped it over, you know, for a little extra horsepower. And they don't need to know that this is a 440 after all. So there you go. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? Man, we are ready to go racing. And it hides all of our nitrous stuff, so nobody will know. Okay, here we go. First start. It's probably going to spin for a little while, Briar, because it's out of gas, but go ahead. Whoa, it's in gear. That was in gear, Briar. I don't think my thermostat housing is going to survive. Something's leaking pretty profusely.
Let me see if there's any fuel here. I don't think there is yet. Do it again. It popped. I wonder if I got a plug wire crossed or something. Okay, try it again.
It's running. We got fuel pressure. We got oil pressure. Oh yeah. Down to earth, man. Woo! I see no leaks. Woohoo! The temp gauge works. I don't remember that working. Huh. Well, heck, I put an aftermarket one in for no reason. Sweet. Awesome. Let's go.
During all this, I took my turbo V8 police car to get an exhaust cutout welded in, as well as installing a heavier wastegate spring and setting up launch control. With all these mods, we're hoping to make some big improvements.
Good? No, it's leaking. Yeah, it leaks a little bit. They all do though. You said it. Oh well. Fire is pulling the truck and trailer. I am driving the police car. It's gonna be a fun day of racing. I did a little bit of work to the police car to make it somewhat better, and including two-step switch. So we're gonna try and see if we can do a little bit better on time-wise on the drag strip. Well, we just left. We've got about an hour drive to get to the drag strip with the Ratty Muscle Cars group. So it's gonna be a pretty good drive. I don't worry about the police car. I wanted to bring both cars, so hey, I just hop in this thing and we're gonna go. Now, I've had a lot of questions on the light on the roof being red. I have another car that's had a police light on it for, gosh, 6 years, and I've never once had a police officer give me any troubles. Usually they like flash their lights at me and wave, like no joke. I had a state trooper one time come up beside me, hit the siren. I looked over, he gave me a big thumbs up. So, like I said, I mean, most people know that this is not a real police car, and that I'm not going to be trying. I never turn the light on the road, so I'm never trying to, you know, impersonate anybody. At least it looks cool. I mean, if it was 1986, then yeah, maybe this would be a real police car. Minutes away. Baileyton's really out in the middle of nowhere. That's pretty good drive, probably 30 minutes off of the main highway. Now, I mean, that's pretty much what you got to do with drag strips, so that you don't get on anybody's nerves, because you build a drag strip, then people build houses around it, and they get mad and wonder why it's so loud. Well, you built your house right next door, what'd you expect? So, anyway, like I said, 20 more minutes. And we got a full day of racing, folks. We have got a lot to do. The Dart is going to be really fun. I think I've got it fairly dialed, you know, though I didn't drive it. I have not driven it since I did all the work to it. I backed it off the lift, pulled it up on the trailer, and that's about the extent of it. It revs happy, so I guess that's something. We're running 93 octane in both of them, so it shouldn't explode. You know, you never know, honestly. I couldn't tell you what my timing is on that Dart. It's just all of it, basically. Well, the police car survived. We made it here. We're parked in the shade. It's a nice little spot. This is a great track. Nice and simple, open space. The police car is all right. The Dart's unloaded. We just checked over a couple things, and we're gonna be ready here to run in a second. Now, I told Austin, the guy that runs it, I said, don't put me in a class because this car's not gonna be fast, but I just want to run some nitrous with it. So we're gonna be seeing what kind of times we can put down with the police car, but most importantly, the Dart. We made it to Baileyton Drag Strip, and right now what we have to do is do a 45-mile cruise to prove that the car is a street car and can be street driven. Now you can tell I'm not in the Dart right now because it could be driven on the street, but I want to have some fun with it. It's really untested, but the main thing is they just said you can go ahead and run it. You know, we're not in a class or anything, so we're gonna run that thing with nitrous, wide open, and see, will it blow up? That's the title of the video, will it blow up? Maybe I shouldn't do that. You can't get away with that. Never mind, cut that.
That's all right.
This is the first gas stop. Ooh, we made it what? 2 miles, 3 miles?
I don't even know if it was that.
It wasn't there very far. But it's just a really cool car show. I mean, the cool thing about this event is that all of these cars have to be driven on the street, and they are, you know, the majority of them legit muscle cars, and that's what's really cool. It's honestly one of my favorite events to come to throughout the year. So, if you ever want to come to it, it's the Ratty Muscle Cars Mopar versus Brand X Showdown. It's a great event. out my two-step and see if it worked. I'm just in neutral right now though. Let's just see if it'll pop a little bit. That was good, wasn't it? Woohoo! Shook my whole car. That was good. That was only at 2,800 RPM. Imagine if we had some RPM with it. Let me get up right here. I'll try it in gear. It'll spool up a little bit. I probably could get more RPM out of it though, honestly. Like 20 people missed that turn back there. Whoops. I'm normally in Gladiator Street because that's like the normal cars, but I got put in Street Sweeper, and that's with like all the fancy turbo power adder stuff. So what I'm trying to say is it's gonna be ugly today. Like, I'm not gonna be like winning. Like that. Yeah, way hard, man. We hooked. I mean, this Camaro over here, he's a rocket, but dude, that was so good compared to what it left last time. Oh, that was good. Woo! All right, we're leaving at 3,000 this time. Hit the two-step button, dang it. Dang it, forgot to hit the button. First time I ran an 8.9 with a 2.060 foot. I think I can get that in 1.9, high 1.9s, if I really get after it. I was gonna launch the second time at 3,000 RPM on the two-step. I got up to the staging lane got up in there and I did the burnout, got up to the light, and then they told me to back up. So I had my hand on the button, ready to go, and then when I backed up, I forgot to put my hand back on the button. So as soon as I was trying to launch at 3,000, it started spinning the tires. I was like, whatever. So it's okay. 8.9 is good though. That's really good for this car so far. I think we can get it down into a little bit lower, just a little bit lower. But so far, I'm very proud. Okay, here's what's different. I'm gonna leave a little bit harder. We got the 3,000 RPM two-step. As you can see, I'm racing some folks that are way faster than me. I'm honestly the slowest in this group just because of that turbo, but I don't care. Like, the fact that I even ran an 8.9 today makes me so happy. So we're gonna try it. 3,000 RPM on the two-step. See if she runs just a little harder. Proud of the old police car. We ran an 8.9 at our best, and that was the first run we did. So we had 2 other runs. Second one was a flop. The third one I did okay, but I could have done better. So regardless, we've got a lot of improvements to make, and I think that, you know, the real limiting factor is our engine. Well, it's the dark's time to shine. Here, Briar, you might want to take this piece of wood with you. I don't think I need that. I'm gonna run the first pass, no nitrous, and just see how it feels on the track, get an idea of where it needs to shift and everything, and then next go around, nitrous. It looks like they're only gonna let me do 1 pass in the dark. So I turn the nitrous on. Just gotta make it count while we can. Blew through the clutch. Whoops. She's wounded. Not done, but she's wounded today. So we are going to pack it up. Today's over with today, but we had a great time no matter what. The old dark still runs and drives, so we'll get it home and have a little fun with it there. But the nitrous was, I should have ran it just one time without it, but I just got a little excited and blew the tires off of it, and I hurt something really bad. Because I mean, hold on. Because I dumped the clutch as hard as I could, and I did not. Because I dumped the. I dumped the clutch. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Well, folks, that's a wrap on Ratty Muscle Cars Racing. Had a good time. The police car really did impress me. I want to build it faster now, but hey, it's okay. And the Dart, well, maybe wounded, but not dead. That's all that matters. Got an hour and 15-minute drive home. I'll see you there. Well, we're driving. It sounds pretty cool. It sounds like a race car. We're almost up to temperature. We've got great oil pressure. We're going to try the nitrous here on a hit once it warms up. All right, let me reach back here. Open up our bottle. Switch on. Second gear. Roll into it. God. I can feel a difference on that one. Dust everywhere. I can't see. Woo! All right, third gear. It's a pretty violent. Whatever's happening is pretty violent. All right. I'm gonna try from the stop. I'll just roll into it from first. I don't know what the choke is stuck open or stuck shut. Let's roll into it first. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Briar, what did we do?
I didn't do nothing.
Uh-oh. It backfired really hard, and now we're not starting anymore. I saw a lot of smoke come out the exhaust. All right, the neighbors are probably going to come out and think, oh my gosh, there's been a gun battle. Oh boy. Well, I think we broke it, Brian. Oh. That is gone. Oh, it's blew off. Look, it's down there. Uh-oh. Well. I don't know what happened. Oh, the coil fell off. Okay, so it's not cranking because the coil fell off. I bet that's what happened. It probably broke up fire. Yeah, the coil slid backwards and it come unhooked. Well, let's see if we can do this right here. Whatever happened, it was violent, and we probably don't need to do that again. Okay, and now we'll put this back on here and just act like you didn't see any of that, okay? Nothing just happened, it's fine. Let's do it again. No worries. Sure. We'll open it back up. It's blowing smoke out the exhaust like crazy. I can already tell the clutch is not happy in the slightest. The clutch is mad. It's marked me up. Yeah, I just pushed right through the clutch in third. But once it goes, man, it's got to stumble. But then once it picks it up, it's like, ah, it's time to go. That's violent. I love that.
barely.
Okay. Flipping heckin' race car, if I tell you. Woo. All right, so what happened? That last clip, this thing obliterated the stock clutch. And as far as I know, it could be an original. So we're gonna try and see if we can fix this thing real quick. We're gonna lift it up, pull the transmission out, check on the clutch, and kind of see what the damage is. Because my guess, it's probably non-existent at this point after what we did. A lot of stuff fall out of it, or
No.
not really? There's a bunch of clutch material built up on it. Yeah, she's a little toasty. Just a little bit. I just hope this flywheel is salvageable, because we cooked it good. Look at all this friction material up in there. It smoked it real good. Whoops. Okay. Well, we don't have to drop the bell housing out because we can at least access everything through here. So main thing is getting this big old cast iron unit out of here. We're gonna undo the shifter, cross member, drive shaft, levers, clutch linkage, all that good stuff. Watch yourself. It's gonna be a little crunchy. Get out of there. Oh boy. It may be glued in. I don't know. They don't know they super glued drive shafts in back in 1965, but I guess they did. Ta-da! Oh, now get out of here, cable. Nobody will work anyway. Yeah, there we go. And there you go. Easy peasy. Now I just gotta get back down. Check this out. We got a Hurst. The floor's already falling apart as it is, so it doesn't really matter. That sounded good. Yeah. Butter. Butter. Yeah, forced butter.
I'm done.
We forgot to film the transmission coming out because we got scared because it was so heavy. But we're gonna pull the clutch out real quick. Briar, go ahead and rotate it around. I'll tell you when. Oh, that sounds pleasant. Yeah, that big old cast iron transmission, it was pretty violent. I need a transmission jack, so I may go invest in one before we go put this thing back together. It is not fun unless we drop it down on the ground and put it in. And either way, it's going to be pretty miserable if you ask me. Ta-da! She's toasty. That's some hot spots. Oh, it's cracked. So here's the clutch disc. As you can see, it was hot enough to crack it in two pieces right there. A lot of heat right up in this area. Same thing on the other side. So we got a crack over here and then a crack right here on this side. So this clutch, it was very close to being scattered. So it's a good thing we did this when we did it. You can see some really bad heat spots right here. It was really hot in that spot right there. But yeah, this clutch was bad. Very bad. Not pretty. We got a deep gouge really bad right here. I don't know if this one's salvageable, unfortunately. We can try it, but I don't think it is. We got a lot of stress cracks in here too that I don't know how deep they go, but it could be ugly. So may have to go ahead and order a new flywheel while we're at it, but at least we know what the problem was. I mean, obviously it was clutch. You saw the smoke that came out of the car. So we'll throw one back in here and see if we can get some more parts for it, but it's pretty ugly. Here's what I got. This is an impact clutch. Now, it is a factory replacement. This is a 9.5 inch, this is a 10 inch. So there's a little bit more surface area for it to work with. Finding a clutch for this car was really tough. 10 inch factory replacement was pretty much the cheapest and easiest one to go with because every performance one I found was at least $700 to $800. And I'm like, that's more than I paid for the car. So this will do the trick, and this is now junk. And there you have it. I went and got the flywheel resurfaced, and thankfully it actually survived. I did not think it would, but thank goodness it did. It was, well, pretty bad, as you could tell earlier. Now we're gonna put this thing back in with a new clutch, but that should save it because, man, I looked all over to try and find a new replacement flywheel for this car, and it was really hard because this is like a really oddball specific flywheel, but thankfully we've got everything we need now. All right, there's an oddball bolt right there that slides up in place and wiggle on there. Perfect. What I'm gonna do is start every bolt, and then I'm gonna pull each one out, put a little Loctite on it to make sure it's good, and then I'll mark it with a Sharpie so I don't forget. Where's my click?
That's a lot.
Aha. Sweet. Here's a new pressure plate, and we have to obviously clean off all this oil to keep it from rusting. So we've got Rogo's brake parts cleaner that they've sponsored us, the channel here, and I'm excited to see just how good this stuff is. Oh, dude. I could do this and not even have to wipe it off. Look at that. Look how good that is. I mean, it's just blowing it right off. That stuff is really good. Wow. That's impressive. We're gonna wipe her clean. Yeah. Took all that off like it was nothing. Okay, so if you're in the market for some brake cleaner, check out Rogo. Look at that fancy new clutch disc. It's not broken. It's not beat to shreds. How nice. You know, sometimes it is nice to have nice things, right? Things that aren't destroyed or broken or garbage. So I'm just putting the clutch disc up in there for the time being with our alignment tool. You know what the cool thing is about a Dodge? You got an inspection plate, an inspection cover. So Dad actually taught me this. He's like, you know, you can go ahead and torque it down with the alignment tool, but look how much room there is. See how much it wiggles? So if you take this and you leave it loose, like snug it up a little bit, but put the transmission in and use that as your alignment tool and then torque everything down, it works much better. It's also a good double for a leg workout. Push up on it some. Shimmy it forward. Oh, that was
It
us.
moved. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're hitting now.
Touching? Sweet, we're in. Woo! Okay, so now I just need to rotate it and grab those bolts. Sweet. Man, that's so nice. That was way easier than bench pressing. Dude, I'm so used to having to do it the hard way. Briar, you may do the honors. Lower the transmission down. Yes.
That's cool.
Oh, that's a little rotation there. Doing little stunts. Sweet. All right. Transmission is in the car. Now all that's left is we've got to tighten up the clutch bolts, get all the linkage for the shifter and everything, the clutch pedal itself, and the drive shaft. And we're out here doing burnouts with the nitrous. love that sound. All right. First, second, third, fourth, reverse. Oh yeah. I love it when things work. And the brakes still do work. Oh yeah, that's good. That's really good. Much better. I gotta get used to it. I think the pedal adjusts a little too high, but that's really good. We'll have to see if it slips though. It better not be a brand new clutch on that one, but the one we took out of it, it was horrendous. You know, I mean, it had cracks in it, splits, heat marks, and it had been like that for a long time. So this is definitely an improvement over what we had. I love the way this car sounds. It's so good. We gotta let it warm up pretty good. Figure we can go show Dad that it's driving again, just for the sake of doing it. We'll alert him. There he is. What do you think?
I love it. It gets lighter every day, don't it?
Yep. Do you think it's rowdy enough?
It is. I mean, it's a neat little car. This was the top of the line back in the day for an 8-body.
That's what I was telling you. It sounds pretty mean with the mufflers open like that. Smokes a little bit.
That's cool, man. Anything with a V8 and a 4-speed in it.
Hard to beat. How soon can you do a burnout when you put a new clutch in it, you think?
You drove it a mile over here, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's broke in.
Close enough. It works. I think it's all right, don't you?
I think it's fine.
Yeah, the clutch is way weird, but it's perfect. I love it. A really good carburetor upgrade, an ignition upgrade, because I still don't even know what the timing is, and that's probably part of the reason why the nitrous is so mad. But what do I care? You can hear it kind of breaking up a little bit under acceleration, but I don't mind. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's good now, Briar. The clutch pedal starts pushing out. I think the motor mounts are wore out. Like you really rump on it and the clutch just goes whoop. The whole engine's twisted, I guess. I don't know. You wanna try it?
Let's do it.
We'll roll into third. There it is. Nitrous is nitrosing. Roll into it. Yeah! It held together. I think I can feel it. Could you feel that?
I felt it.
That's awesome. You smell clutch? I don't know. I don't think I do.
I'm not sure.
It's stuck. I mean, whenever I did a pull in third gear last time, it blew right through it, but that time it held together. If it slips at all, I'm letting out. Like I'm not cooking this clutch. All right, I'm gonna roll into it and then do second. The clutch slipped a little bit. I can feel it just a little bit on that. Whenever I rolled into it and then second, it did slip some. But dude, this thing is a monster with a 100 shot. Holy crap, that is wild. Dude, this car is a monster. Yes. I mean, I use the term monster loosely, of course. It's a 318 with a mild cam and a 4-speed. It's nothing radical, but to be what it is, to be literally borderline garbage, this thing will go. I mean, really, it just picks up and it takes off. Man, I wish that we had this good clutch when we went and raced it, but I'm just happy that it's back together and now I can actually use it again for race car purposes. That doesn't get old. I broke the clutch pedal. I broke it really good on that one. I tried to power shift into second, and it didn't happen. It went ka-chunk. I mean, it's just the rod come loose. It's okay, guys.
Look who did an oopsie.
It's okay. I think I know what's wrong. The clutch pedal, the rod broke.
You broke the rod?
Yeah, the rod come off. It's a simple fix, I promise. Bye, guys. Well, I goofed up, throw-out bearing, pushed through the fingers of the clutch, but you know what, that's fine. That's an easy fix. Don't power shift stuff that shouldn't be power shifted. Come here, it's your baby pup. Oh God. You wanna be in the outro? So the 65 Dart, I'm very proud of it. It did really well. The 318, great engine. The nitrous, I mean, we did have some trouble, and I think some tuning would really help the thing out. Actually find out a good curve. A good carburetor would help a lot too, of course. A good clutch would help a lot too. I can actually kind of smell it when we just cooked it with the nitrous. But you know, overall, it's way better than what it was. It's a great running and driving car. I've had a blast with this thing, just making it a road legal car. And this thing is just a rocket ship on the street. I love it. Now, are we done with it? I don't think so. I think there's some more upgrades we can handle with this thing. But for now, it runs, it drives, it stops. It's got nitrous, and it sounds amazing. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everybody who's here. If you want to order a t-shirt and a sticker, the link is down in the description below. All that money goes back into supporting stuff like this, putting it back on the road, and giving Dixie some dog food. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.